All right, I'm going to tell you about the time I busted my lip open. It happened my sophomore year of high school. I was in cheer practice and we were throwing girls up into stunts. And so we threw the girl up, and when she came down, she like hit me really hard. And I saw blood, and I immediately like ran off the mat because I didn't want to get blood onto the mat. And so I thought my nose was bleeding, and like I looked at my coach and she just saw like blood coming out. And so like the whole time I thought my nose was bleeding. So they took me to the nurse's office, and the nurse wasn't there yet. And so we went to the bathroom within the nurse's office, and my coach was like, "You're handling this so well." And I was just kind of like still kind of out of it. Like my nose was bleeding. I was like holding the like Kleenex to it. And so I started to wash off the blood from my face, and I realized my nose wasn't bleeding. And I really don't like blood. And so when I saw the giant gash in my lip, it just like made me really faint and stuff. So I just thought it was very ironic after my coach said, "Oh, you're handling this so well." And then as soon as I saw the blood, like I just got like really pale and I was like literally about to pass out. So then I had to like lay down within the nurse's office and stuff. And so finally the nurse got there, and my lip was pretty bad because it was really deep. And so they're like, "Do you want us to call your mom?" And I was like, "No, my mom's in surgery right now," because she was getting foot surgery that day. And so essentially my sister was home from college and she was able to come pick me up. And so we didn't know what to do just yet, even though my lip was still bleeding. So we went to the place that my mom was getting her surgery done. And the people there who did her surgery were kind of like looking at my lip and stuff. And we called my doctor's office, and they're like, "Oh, well, we might be able to stitch it up." So we go from my mom's place where she was having her surgery to my local doctor's office, and they looked at it and they're like, "This is pretty bad. You might need plastic surgery." And so they were like, "You need to go to the ER in order to get like real stitches and it really stitched up, or possibly have plastic surgery." So me and my sister go from the doctor's office to the ER, and I just remember walking in the ER entrance, and it was just like two teenage girls, and they were like just looking at us like, what's wrong? Like, what are y'all doing here and stuff? And so I was like, "My lips busted," and they're like, "Okay, start filling out these papers." And then they were like, "Is one of you above 18?" And luckily my sister was like just 18. So then they took us like in the back, and then they were like taking my blood pressure and stuff, and then they took us to like a room where they like numbed my lip, and then they were able to stitch it up. And my mom, she came from where she was getting her surgery done, and so while in the middle of like them sewing up my lip, my mom like rolls in on a wheelchair, and it's just sitting there with me. And so after we're all done and everything, we finally, all of us are able to go home. And so that's my crazy story of how I busted my lip and the crazy day that I had when I did it.